Beat Diggers have dominated time of possession in the second half.
Well, they've done a good job of running the football this whole game.
Yeah, but it only counts if they score this time. The clock reads 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Rosenbrock in the backfield along with Weiser and Seawald. Second down and 8 to go from the 24. Handoff to Seawald, cutting it back towards the middle, and he's still driving inside the 20 and close to a first down. And he might be at the 17-yard line. And Seawald is at the 16-yard line. He'll pick up 8 yards in the play. That'll be third down and a foot.
144 yards now for Seawald. 23 carries.
Third down and a foot to go from the 16-yard line of Kent Denver. The handoff to Seawald, left side. He's got a first down. I think he does at the 15. He got tackled awfully quick. If he doesn't, let's see where they spotted. Well, they give him the 15. That should be a first down, a gain of 1. Well, the play was made on the right side of that defensive line over there by Tunde Kalani, the junior, and the drive does continue for the Beat Diggers. Inside of 3 minutes to go in this 2A semifinal, another classic Beat Digger drive, but they need to end it with a touchdown to take the lead. Weiser and Morrow in the backfield. First and 10 for the 15. Garcia will hand it off left side to Weiser, tripped up after a short gain to the 13-yard line. The penetration of the backfield there came from Chance Tanner. I'll give him just 1 to the 9, to the 14, I should say. Second down and 9 to go for the Beat Diggers. 4 down territory. Clock is now at 2:25 to go.
It's like Tanner kind of just submarined himself in there, tripping him up.
Second down and 9 for the 14. The lone setback is Seawald. And Garcia hands it off to Seawald, running left side, and he tries to drive, and he's pushing his way to near the 12. A gain of only 2 for Skyler Seawald. Third down and 7. Boy, the yardage is tough. Beat Diggers might have to take a timeout, and they do with 1:55 to go. And that'll be it for Brush. They're out of timeouts. They have 2 plays to pick up a little bit more than 7 yards.
Well, that's, you know what, a lot of people may not like him taking that timeout right there, but it's third and long. It's important that they get some big yards here. Maybe not the first down here, but they got to get down there within knocking distance, so they're not trying to go for, a fourth and long. So I think it's a good timeout.
Football, officially the 13. So you're looking conservatively at third down and 8. So they got to get closer to 8 yards. They got to get that ball down to the 5. 1:55 to go. A lot of pressure here on the coaches, Dave, to call the right play.
Oh, man, I'm glad I'm not the one doing it. It's easy for everybody in the bleachers and at home and along the sidelines to say what they think needs to happen. But, they're in a tough position right now trying to figure out what they're going to do. But, I think what you do is you just what's brought you here, and Seawald's the guy. He's got 148 yards on 25 carries, almost 150 yards. I'd say give it to Seawald.
Well, Seawald is out of the game, though. That might set up a pass play. Third down and 8 to go from the 13. Biggest play of the Beat Diggers season. Weiser, the lone setback. 2 receivers out to the left and 2 to the right. Garcia is back to throw. He's trying to set up a screen over the middle. Pass is caught by Weiser. He's at the 10. Weiser runs into a defender, and he's down at the 6. It's going to be short of a first down by a yard. He gained 7 yards in the play. With 1:39 to go, the clock is running. This will be fourth and a long 1. And Seawald is back in there.
Well, the first pass of the game was a perfect screen pass.
It was set up very nicely before that tackle was made right at the 6. Fourth and 1 at the 6 for the Beat Diggers. And I think Kent Denver's called a timeout. They have. They have called a timeout. Dave, this is it. Either the Beat Diggers score and take the lead, or they get the first down and perhaps take the lead eventually, or Kent Denver will advance to the 2A state championship game.
All right, here's your question. it's hard on the coaches. What's the play? What do you think the play needs to be?
Well, like you said, I mean, you said it before Seawald was taken out of the game. I mean, you've got to get him involved on this play and perhaps give him the football. The Bee Diggers have been playing smash mouth the entire game. They've thrown just one pass. And if you're a championship football team, you leave it up to a player like Skylar Seawald and that offensive line to get the job done as well. Your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs. From checking to savings to IRAs is Morgan Federal Bank. 321 Ensign Street, Morgan Federal Bank. There's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, you look at that down marker over there, and I'm telling you what, it's a full yard. It's not like anybody needs to imagine or hope for a short yard. It's every bit of a yard and then some.
4th and 1 for the Bee Diggers at the Kent Denver 6-yard line. This is the season for Brush. Seawald and Weiser are in the backfield. Garcia is going to hand it off the Moore right up the middle. He dives. He's got a first down. Does he have a touchdown? Or is he down at the 1? Very close. He's down at the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 5 for Tanner Morrow.
So that's why the coaches are the professionals they are. They knew that guys like us would be looking for Seawald or Weiser to have the football. They gave it to Morrow, and Morrow almost puts it in the end zone.
Well, I'm surprised that Kent Denver is not taking a timeout. We're under a minute to go. They've got a full complement of timeouts. 1st and goal for the Bee Diggers at the 1. Garcia will hand it off to Seawald, and he spins, and he is down right at the goal line.
The Diggers are going to have to hurry. 43 seconds, 42 seconds, 41. They better get up there and spike the football.
Yeah. Now Kent Denver's not going to take any timeouts. 34 seconds to go. It's 2nd down.
Oh, my goodness.
29 to go. Yeah, the Bee Diggers have got to get up to that line of scrimmage. They don't want a penalty, taking them back to the 5 or 6 yard line. 20 seconds to go. Oh, boy, this is terrible clock management for Brush. Inside of 15 seconds. Garcia hands it off. Right side. Spinning. And it's Weiser. And does Weiser get in? He does not. 6 seconds ago, there's a timeout. Did Brush have another timeout? I don't think they did. Brush must have had another timeout. I guess the Bee Diggers had another timeout. I thought they were down to 0, but maybe I miscounted here. The tackle was made back at the 2.
Yeah, that last time, I'll tell you what, they clicked about 20 seconds off of that clock. It's like the Diggers didn't realize how much time was left on the clock, so it's a goal line stand here for Kent Denver. They got to have it.
6 seconds to go in the game. Weiser tried going right side and could not get into the end zone. He was spun down by the left side of that defensive line. So it's a loss of 1 for Weiser. 3rd and goal from the 2. And Dave, unless they pass it, this could be the final play of the game. This drive started with 8:17 to go in the game. This is the 17th play of the drive. Oh, that clock management, Dave, was horrendous.
Yeah, that was bad there, because that was, like I said, it should be 26 seconds on the clock right now, and it's not.
Yeah, I don't understand. That's a critical error, but hopefully the Bee Diggers can make up for it right now. And that's the beauty of it, if you still have a shot here. So Brush did have 1 timeout remaining, and now have the ball at the 2-yard line, 3rd and goal. Let's see what personnel they send out there. Joe Rosenbrock is going to be on the sideline. This is for a spot in the 2A state championship game. Weiser, Seawald, and Morrow are in the backfield. 3rd and goal for the 2. This could be the final play of the game. Garcia under center. Nearly movement. And there's the give on the left side. Weiser tries for the end zone. He goes! Touchdown for the Bee Diggers! Connor Weiser scores from 2 yards away with 7/10 of a second to go. And the Bee Diggers lead the game 28-25. Holy mahungus!
It took a great effort there by Garcia as he fumbled the snap. He fumbled, the ball was up in the air, it was bobbled, and he barely got it into Connor Weiser's belly. Weiser had to take a second effort even to get in the end zone. He dove, everybody. He was about 2 yards off the ground as he dove into the end zone. He reached out with the ball. When he hit the ground, the ball bounced out of his hands.
Dave, now the extra point to be attempted by his Scott, and I've got was all over me, Dave. Right now. I mean, it was that close. Now Cardenas for the PAT off the hold of Garcia. 0.7 of a second to go in the game. Weiser has scored for the second time. And we'll have video of that up on KSIRsports.com. The PAT is up, and that one is good. That is 38 consecutive extra points for Jesus Cardenas. And right now, Richard Yates and Eric Garcia, the opposing quarterbacks, exchanging words. Yeah, Eric's got to keep his cool out there. You don't want a penalty.
Well, he wants to play next week, too. You know, if you get kicked out of a game, the penalty is to sit out the next one. Now, the Diggers got 0.7 of a second. Do you kick it deep, or do you just...
No, you don't kick it deep. No way.
Inside kick it, man.
No way.
No, I don't think you want to take a chance at anybody running this football back.
Weiser ran that along the left side. 17 plays, 84 yards in 8 minutes and 16 seconds. The Beat Diggers had the football with 8:17 to go. And they held on to the football literally in the second half after two huge turnovers in the opening half.
I'm telling you, this isn't over yet. I'm so nervous about this kickoff. You know, all they need is the possession of the ball. The clock can run off. As long as they're still up and running, you know, this game's not anybody. It's not our game yet.
Well, you've got to stay home here because Kent Denver, if you kick it along the sideline, Kent Denver could throw it across the field.
Right.
And so you've got to stay home.
All kinds of tricks, and I know the Kent Denver coaching staff's been around long enough. They know how to do it. I think you almost have to make sure you kick it to one of their up men,
right,
and keep it in the air so that they think about holding on to it before they actually run it.
Well, if you kick it to an up man and it deflects off a player, the game could be over right there. But you're right, 0.7 of a second to go. You got to make one more play in order to move on.
Maybe you kick it out of bounds here. Maybe that's what you do. You just kick it right out of bounds.
Let's see what Cardenas decides to do. With 0.7 of a second to go, he boots that football towards the sideline, and it is out of bounds. It is out of bounds. That's the right play, Dave. The ball, I think he was trying to deflect it off a Kent Denver Sun Devil. It did not. So the Sun Devils will have possession of the football. Should be at the...
Not unless Kent makes them re-kick it.
Well, that's a possibility. I thought it would be at the 35-yard line. They're discussing that along the sideline. That could be the case. That could be the case. We still have football left. 0.7 of a second to go.
You know, it's so nerve-wracking before the Diggers scored that touchdown. Now I got the same nerves.
Well, because the clock did not read 000.
Yep, they're going to make them kick it again.
That's probably a smart play by Kent Denver. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. They'll take it at the 35-yard line. Joe Rosenbrock is out there with Vince Albo, C.J. Kukas, Eric Garcia, Connor Weiser, Skylar Seawald, Tanner Morrow.
Well, they're still talking about it.
Yep, Austin Acosta, Kyle Hefner, now Daniel Soto is into the game. Those are your 11 defenders. And you know that Kent Denver is going to do everything possible to extend this play and keep it alive.
Halfback passes, reverse passes, flea flickers. The Diggers better just back up and be ready to play center field.
Yeah, this will be the
no
final play of the
penalties.
Game. That's the key here. They throw it up there, you got to make the play. Rosenbrock is standing at the 37-yard line. He's the deepest man for the Beat Diggers.
We need a big rush here. Big rush.
Trips to the left. Well, the Beat Diggers look like they're only rushing 3. 1st and 10 for the 35. This is the final play of the game. Watch for a lot of deception here. Yates has the football on the snap. Looking, rolling to his left. Setting up, throwing the pass. It's incomplete. It's incomplete at the 45-yard line. It was intended for Bailey Tills, and the Brush Beat Diggers advance to their first state championship game in 12 years, defeating the Sun Devils 29-25. We'll take a break and come back with a recap of this game on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.